Welcome to step 2 in the road to the sale, the needs assessment. Some people call it fact finding, some people call it the needs assessment, some people call it building rapport. The truth is that it's all three. And it's one of the most critical areas in getting us funneled down to finalizing a sale. See, what typically happens after we wrap up our meet and greet is that the salesperson asks a question. You're looking for cars, you're looking for trucks, SUVs. Customer says, well, I'm looking for trucks. Salesperson says, well, all our trucks are right over here. Follow me. Salesperson walks them down there. They show them 4 or 5 different trucks. Customer doesn't land on any of them, gives them the I'll be back, I need to think about it, I need to talk to my wife, I need to do this, and leaves. And the salesperson cannot figure out what went wrong. Or they say that the customer was just a tire kicker. So today, we're going to talk about where they went wrong. And it's going to be in this portion, which is the needs assessment, fact finding, building rapport. In sales, all forms of sales, if all things are equal, a customer would rather buy from a friend. If all things are not equal, a customer would still rather buy from a friend. So this step is all about building that relationship that we're going to continue to try and grow. And so that this customer comes back years and years from now, and then they're sending all their family and all their friends, and they have nothing but high praise to say about us. That relationship starts now. So in order to go into our needs assessment, there's 2 critical areas that fall into this category that you need to know about. They are the most critical parts of this. 1 is asking questions, and 2 is active listening. So first, we're going to talk about the types of questions. You have open-ended questions, which we'll be using in this portion. Open-ended questions are designed to get customers thinking and talking. And then you have closed-ended questions, which will be important later on in the sale. For now, let's just stick to the open-ended questions. Because in order to build this relationship and to build this rapport, we've got to get these customers sharing with us what's important to them. What is their motivation? Why are they here? What are they hoping to accomplish? And by asking these questions of these customers and them giving us the information, we're actively listening to their responses, and we're turning around and nodding our head and saying, I'm with you, gotcha. We're acknowledging that what they're saying to us is important and that we're listening. So you've got the open-ended question and you've got the active listening. So what happens when we ask the question? What were you hoping to accomplish today? What do you like about your current vehicle? What were you trying to change in your situation? So by asking these questions, we get the customer thinking, and now they start giving us the information, and then we're actively listening to it to determine their wants and their needs. Training tip, guys. Customers buy based on needs. However, they'll pay a premium for wants. So let's go through a quick example of a proper needs assessment. Mr. and Miss Jones, what I like to do at this point is just ask you a few questions. This way I can get you the most accurate information possible, make your time here the most efficient, and also so that I can better serve you. Sound fair? Customer states yes. So, Mr. and Miss Jones, are you replacing a vehicle? Customer says yes. So let me ask, what is it that you have liked most about your previous vehicle? And we listen. We take in the information that the customer gives us. So, Mr. and Miss Jones, let me ask you this then. What is it about your current vehicle that doesn't suit your needs anymore? So now we learn more information about the customer. And through actively listening, we're beginning to build this relationship. We're not your average salesperson that's only worried about the sale. We care. We want to make sure that we address their needs. Mr. Miss Jones, why did you decide that right now was the best time to replace your vehicle? Again, we actively listening, nodding our heads. Gotcha, gotcha. I'm with you. Okay. And then at that point, we continue this process. This entire process should take somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes, guys. So, Mr. Miss Jones, take me through the average day in the life of your vehicle. We find out more information. So, Mr. Miss Jones, are there any special things that your vehicle does outside of its normal day, such as towing or long trips, or any special needs that you would have of your vehicle? Mr. Miss Jones, if you would, I'm going to give you 6 words, and you tell me which 3 mean the most to you. Performance, appearance, comfort and convenience, economy, reliability, and safety. If you would, out of those 6 words, tell me which 3 mean the most to you. Guys, this is an acronym that I've used since I started in the car business for hot buttons. Typically speaking, most customer hot buttons, well, actually all customer hot buttons, will fall into one of those 6 categories. So we've built this relationship up, starting off with the easy questions. Now we're starting to get a little bit tougher, but we need this information. We need to know if performance is a motivator, if safety is a motivator. Once we get those answers, Mr. Miss Jones, let me ask you, why do you say that those 3 are most important to you? Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. Now we're finding out children for safety, performance. We're finding out this customer's hot buttons. They are telling you everything you need to know right here to finalize this deal. You then are going to later in the process build your walk around these questions, around this information that you've gathered. You're going to do your feature benefit presentation based on this information. These are their hot buttons. These are their motivators. We continue to gather this information, guys. If you need more steps or more questions in this part of the process, they're available on my website, which is in the description below. And you can go there and buy a digital download PDF copy of it. So at this point, we're growing this relationship. I can't stress that enough, guys, that if nothing else, make sure that your needs assessment shows that you care. Customers do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Be sure to like and subscribe for future content. Also, if you're interested, we have a Facebook group. Link is in the description. It's strictly for car sales professionals where you can come grow with us. There's free content provided daily there. Guys, if you have any needs, any questions, you just need to talk, you had a bad day, whatever the case may be, hit me up. My cell phone's in the description below as well. Also on my website. I'm accessible. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next step.